One of the biggest reasons I want to do the recap while it's still fresh in our mind is so that we can be able to share this with some of the team and get our takeaways out there and our goals and have them in a place that we can go back to and watch and just revel in the excitement that kind of comes off of going to the conference. I don't know about for you, but for me, one of the overlying themes that just kept hitting me is that we're really focusing on creating fans, and they've given us so many tools, and just giving us tools to do this, through the Tower Talk and the revision of the Tower Garden website, through all the once change themes coming out every month, and for me, that just means so much. This company is doing so much for us so that we can continue to reach out and save lives for people. And that whole mission-driven system is just golden in my eyes. And I don't know, I don't know many companies that go to this extent to kind of help us on our day-to-day journeys to touching on people's lives. So that was really huge for me. And then, I know that they're thinking about us as well when they're launching this Omega complement oil. So, they're listening to us as well. So that was a big plus, if I can say, for me. And then, the other thing is, I love how there was a huge emphasis on getting a customer qualified business. And I think that there's a shift happening in the company that is taking us from, the simplicity to a more abundant thinking. And in doing that, we're abundant because we're asking for us to just keep out to as many people as possible. And in the end, it's going to reward. They're going to reward us with that new incentive that's possibly coming out in over the summertime. So those are some of the big takeaways for me. Just all the tools and the focus on getting customer qualified, because that's what we're here to do. We're not necessarily here about product. We're not necessarily here about anything more than just being mission driven and opportunity that we can pass on to other people. How about you, Terry? Scott?
Definitely heard just so loud and clear. Our job is people related. We are called, our mission is to inspire healthy living, but it's all about the people. It's all about the people that we inspire and are inspired by, and we are called to be a good communicator. And I think that's a challenge sometimes for people, and as you're looking to grow and enlarge your team and the people that you do communicate with, you want to really look for those people who are good communicators and be the best communicator that you can be, especially in regards to customer care and just really looking after those people that you do have in your customer group, and also be a good communicator through social media. We're called to encourage, we're called to expose, and we're called to engage. And I think that there are multiple opportunities on a daily basis. There's unlimited opportunities on a daily basis to do all those things. And it really opened my eyes to see that there's more opportunities, especially in regards to conference, than just the cafeteria line and just having your butts in your seats. Like, there's so many opportunities there throughout in that whole city. There were opportunities in the mezzanine, there were opportunity on the stairs, there were opportunity in the escalator, there were opportunities in the promo plus line, there are opportunities at the pool. There's constant just exposures that we have and opportunities that we can engage ourselves in. And I was really, really encouraged and motivated to see and just to feel that as a whole, and to also be hugely inspired in the friends that I had met in previous years through conferences and through social media, and to meet new ones. I was really excited to just kind of broaden my spectrum yeah, it's all about the people, and that's kind of what I'm being driven by here this week is just how I can engage and inspire people better. Thanks.
You know, it's funny when you mentioned the cafeteria line because I was remembering what's the dude's name? Tim Elmore. I loved his discussion and how he broke down the generations
That was awesome.
and how he just made it so clear and something that I see in my relationship with my mother, the difference in how he was sharing the message. And it was just really interesting. We really need those tools that he gave us on stage so that we can reach different generations in their comfort zone, you know. And I loved all the sayings that you said. So I know as me, I'm a millennial, so I like that cafeteria thing. I want to design what it is that's going to work for me, and I think the same might be for you.
Absolutely. Shannon said it the other night. He said that we're really called to deter from the script and to not follow a script as much, because so much in this business you can just follow that script, and where you're going to defy those expectations is when you don't, and you can go above and beyond that. And I see so much of that in reflection to the generation that I'm a part of in that cafeteria line, where you're really going to stand out and you're really going to make a difference when you get out of line. You know, I bring my lunch from home. You know, it's homegrown. It's my own, and it's not something that somebody's going to hand to me. And that's a beautiful opportunity that we have in this business for sure.
So what do you got for us? What did you leave conference with?
Well, kind of piggybacking on what Perry just said, it kind of falls in line with my biggest takeaway, and what it was that we have a simple system that we need to follow in the sense of activity, but you don't have to be scripted. And I think that's a big thing that people struggle with when they start, is they're like, what do I say? How do I say it? And really the reality of what we do is you just get to be yourself, and you get to live your life, and you get to share that with the people that you come in contact with. And the system that we should be following is really easy. It's talking to people every day and exposing them to some form of third party, whether it's an event, a call, you know, a Facebook party, a video, or whatever. And so I like how you said that, like not following the script, because I think we can get really scripted, and then we feel like we're forcing it or we're not being genuine. And so like we have a call tonight with our team to kind of get people started, and I did my call with my upline yesterday as far as what we're going to cover. And our biggest takeaway was like what you said, Marjorie, like going that extra mile and being self-qualified and getting your 24 trios. I love Kim McCall did a YouTube video that she like came up with on her way home from conference, and she's talking about how the minimum for her reps is 24 trios. Like if you get a tower or shakes or a duo, that's a plus, that's icing on the cake, but your foundation is 24 trios. And I think sometimes I personally get scared to give people like goals like that, because I don't want to scare them away. But the reality is people need like quotas. They need some type of like goal marker to like strive towards. And so I love that self-qualified goal that they set for us to, 24 trios, that's not that hard to do, and you should strive to do it. So personally, I'm going to make sure I'm locked in with 24 trios, because I'm self-qualified, but you know, I have a mix of everything in there. So that was a big takeaway. And then the second one was just again, utilizing the mission-driven system as a guideline, but not as a script. You know, like that's where we're going with people, is like be yourself, develop your story, and then plug people to something else, like using that third party. So I don't know, my biggest takeaway was we need to be simple, but we need to be ourselves. And sometimes people aren't that simple, but that's who they are. And so you just want to be yourself and get out there and put yourself in front of as many people as you can. And I guess take care of your customers was a big one, because if you don't take care of them, they're not going to turn into people who want to share. So the raving fan was a big one that stood out to me too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was mine.
yesterday I was on a call with Shannon, and he was talking about how a lot of the a lot of people that he wants to associate with are just people that are smiling and happy and just kind of attract the type of customers that we want, you know, to have a team, have to help and just smile. Just to give them a smile, and people are more likely to come up to you, and then from there they'll be open to any information that you're sharing. And I mean, it's so simple.
Yeah. Free some buddies.
What have you become after conference, Joseph?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. It's raining, and I didn't know if that background noise was coming through on the line or not. Well, one thing that really stood out to me was from Kim McCole. She did the training on social media engagement, and I got a lot out of her presentation. And the story she told about her first 2 years in the business, she posted a lot about the Juice Plus product, and she got a lot of customers out of that. And then the next 2 years, she posted a lot about the business and got a lot of, you know, business prospects out of that. But then when she started posting more about the Juice Plus lifestyle, she went from senior sales coordinator to NMB in 4 months, which I was like, holy crap, like that is amazing. So that stood out to me a lot. And, you know, she went into a little more detail about, you know, how she did that. But, you know, basically, I think it boiled down to one point she said was that, you know, you need to post more, or your posts need to be geared more towards people's whys, which right now is, you know, mostly financial, time, or health, which we have all 3 of those to offer. So I thought that was a really cool tip. And for our generation, we're all using Facebook for the most part. And I think we all work real hard to dial that in correctly. Not only is it going to help our company and our image, but I mean, I think the whole industry in general, because, you know, no one likes seeing, you know, nothing but sales type posts. So I feel like that's something we, you know, we can all really kind of dial in on and improve on. And then the other thing is, you know, throughout the whole weekend, a lot of what was going through my mind was, you know, the company has, you mentioned it earlier, Marjorie, all the tools we have now, you know, all the support we have. And, you know, the company's been doing this over, you know, many years, trying to make it as easy as possible for us to build our business. And to me, it's like, okay, they have had Juice Plus now for, you know, about 23, 24 years. And, you know, the next wave is our generation to take it for the next 23 to 25 years. And for casting, you know, a vision and an opportunity.
We lost you.
Frozen.
No, it's so good.
That's okay.
Oh man, that's too bad.
We have dozens of NMDs walking the stage every conference, and there's no doubt that this doesn't work. You know, the proof is there. It's just a matter of, you know, if that person we're talking to sees that or not. So that was what really was, you know, standing out to me all weekend was, you know, just that we really are in the right place at the right time. And that's a good thing.
You're so right. So right. We're so fortunate to be here in this position with this company now. And gosh, do I want to move forward with it too. I'm ready to make some strides. You know, last Phoenix conference was huge for me, and the momentum that came off that conference, and I have big expectations for the momentum coming off this conference as well. I just can't wait to see what happens for all of us. What about you, Kristen?
I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, what am I going to share? I feel the same way, kind of like how Crystal and you and I were talking before everyone else jumped on, like driving back, because we drove from California to Phoenix, like just my mind has been constantly kind of going. We had some really great team training with our team with Shining Star with Mitra. And I was actually fortunate enough to hear Jeff Roberti speak to us Sunday before we left. And just really hearing more about his personal story, which I thought was really interesting. And knowing that when I first started the business, because my anniversary would be like 6 years this August, that I always thought you had to know everything. And that's the one thing I've learned working with my team, where most of them are in their 20s and I'm, you know, a couple years older than them, that you don't really have to know everything, because when you do that, it doesn't make it seem duplicatable to anyone you bring and you try to onboard onto your team. So really learning that it's about making it fun. And like Joseph said, it's about the lifestyle. I've made friendships with a lot of the reps from the UK, from Team Rhino, with John Holowati and his downline. Two of the girls are coming out in July. And then we're going to meet up with Paul Holowati and stuff. But definitely showing more of the lifestyle versus when I first started, you know, like Joseph said, it was more about always promoting the product. And I've learned from great sideline friends that to not really be in your face and be that person that, you know, vomits Juice Plus on people, because then they run away from you. Because that was my first contact, you know, 5 years ago. This mom came back from Phoenix when it was hosted in Phoenix 5 years ago or 6 years ago. And she was like, Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus. And I was like, no, I can't afford that. And so now that I see the value of it, I really feel that I don't talk to enough people. And so like, that's my focus, is to talk to as many people as possible every day, whether it's through instant messaging, in person, and really just sharing, like you said, what our mission is. And then also offering the opportunity. That's definitely my area of opportunity, is to share the business with people and kind of not be selfish about it, and really just never prejudge. That's the one thing I learned. You never know a person's circumstance and if they're looking for that financial freedom and wanting to leave their job. And so like, that's my big thing that I took away from conference.
Yeah, it really is a lot about the experience. And I learned that this conference, I had a little bit more flexibility without my daughter to kind of move around and to engage with other people. And what I found, that the response from posting on social media about the lifestyle or the experience of conference was way more received. It was received a ton, way better than the post of all these fruits and vegetables on a picture and saying, you know, you need this, you need this, you need this, versus look at all these people. We're all doing the same thing. We're all on the same mission. We're all having fun. You know, we're all look good. Like, as Crystal always goes, we look good, feel good, you know, and we're making money. We're making enough money to be able to go to conference, you know, and it just shows, it shows this mission that we're on to them. And I think that's where there's a huge shift in this company, where I feel like we're moving towards that lifestyle of just overall well-being, and not necessarily just this product that we all love and cherish, but you know, I totally get what you're saying, Kristen, that we have to take a look at that side of things, and the fun, and really, I heard someone say it's you know, you don't have to regurgitate all the research studies. That's not what they want us to do. They really want us to give our personal review and to share that, because that's really what matters to the person that you're talking to, because they could care less about the research studies in the beginning. They want to hear what it's doing for you. And I mean, that's something that I have been trying to implement recently, and see that there's a lot better of a reception from people when I'm talking to them, versus saying, well, we have this, we have this, we have this, and we have this. They're like, no, just tell me what it is that you like the most. What benefit are you getting? And what are the benefits that you expect to get from being a part of this mission of healthy living? So Yeah, it all kind of ties in together. Does anyone have any other takeaways that they want to share really quickly?
I'll say something to what you just said as far as they want to know what you're doing. I 2 times recently in my inboxes, communication on Facebook, I've had people where they ask me for more information about Juice Plus, and then I send them like a video and like my story on Boxer and this and that, and then they go, "So what do you recommend?" Like, and I'm like, I just told you everything, like, but I didn't tell them, hey, I love Juice Plus, like, it's awesome, you need the shakes and the trio, and here's how you get it. I told them, it's this and that, watch this video, watch that video, here's this link, here's that, and it's like this array of information that they're just like, it's all overwhelming, and I thought I was being simple, and I wasn't. So now I'm going to try to just say, like, oh, Juice Plus is just a simple way to get what you're missing every day. It's a shake and a trio. Like, here's how you sign up. And then if they have more questions, I can send the video and the this and the that and back that up with more info. But that's one, like, lesson that I just recently learned. Like, a lot of people, if they're not giving you the rebuttals, there's really no need for all the extra info. They really just want to hear you say, this is what you need, or this is what I do, this is why you should do it too. So that was a really big lesson that I've learned, because I was kind of like, well, I just told you what I recommend, but I had to check myself, like, no, you told her a whole bunch of stuff. So anyways, if that helps anybody, it really helped me, like, learn from my own mistakes recently.
Yeah,
No, that makes total sense.
It makes so much sense too, for on the building team side as well. What I'm finding is that the same thing goes there. They want to just be a part of the team. They don't need, this onslaught of information either. So customer or team, it's the same thing. And I'm glad we finally got to that place.
Yeah.
Sure.
If the company wanted to do that, they would make commercials. Like, they would put Marjorie and Sweet Zoe on the commercials, with their tower gardens and stuff. And that's why they have, that's my belief of why they have the position of us as, individual distributors, is because it is so personal, and people are able to see the effects and the Juice Plus lifestyle, and that's what they want, and that's what they're trying to duplicate and share and promote, not just an ad you can see in a magazine or on a TV.
What I found is I was experimenting more with social media. We were fortunate a year ago to have 2 people from Team Rhino present social media and how it built their business, where they were, I believe, they're presidential marketing directors, which is like the top level in the UK. And so, and they're both under 30. One's turning 30 and one's like 33. And so that's how they built their business. And so I was experimenting with Snapchat, and I got a comment back from somebody, I think yesterday, that I said, oh yeah, I just came back from this great, conference in Phoenix. I was here, I got back super late Sunday. And her first thing was, it looked like it was amazing because of what I was posting. It wasn't just so much in prior years. Maybe I would have put like a really cool slide I saw from a presentation or something, but it was more, again, like showing the lifestyle. So our Team Shining Star Masquerade Ball we had Friday, our team training with, Jeff Roberti and another NMD on Sunday, different things like that, training with Joy Kelly, and just the fun that we had as our team. That kind of spoke more to them of, like many of us have said, that you're looking for that time freedom, that ability to be able to, if we want to, up and go and travel and stuff. And I think that's what people miss, because that's what I used to advise my sorority at Cal State LA, and a lot of the girls that knew me personally that followed me on social media, they said, what do you do? And it was kind of hard to explain. I said, well, I do travel a lot. My team is in Santa Barbara, so I make the drive from LA to Santa Barbara at least once a month to go for team training. And, I said, I'm able to work from home. As long as you have a phone, you can work from anywhere. And that kind of just blew their mind, because as a young 20-year-old, they're stuck in an office job, or they're stuck selling clothing or folding down clothing from 9 to 6 in the morning, and they go to school full time to pay their way through college. So it really speaks to them as young you know, growing adults, that there's more possibilities than what you've always been told by your parents.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. So I know we've said a lot, and I want to be honest to our time and true to our time. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna wrap this up. But I love that all you guys jumped on this call and that we've been able to just share the vision that we got from conference. And I hope to see all your beautiful faces pretty soon. Handsome faces for you, Joseph. And this one quote that I'll share with you guys that kind of just stuck with me throughout the entire, towards the end. And I need to find out, maybe if you guys know who said this quote, but I heard it is that we have the opportunity to be cultural influencers. If enough of us commit to doing better, I believe we can save lives and affect the future. And I really think that that is a very profound and true statement for all of us.
Absolutely.
So, I love you guys. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, Madre.
Bye.
Bye, friends.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.